servants don't learn from words, right? That's what Michael Fox was getting at. They don't learn from words. They learn from stripes, right? That's the point. And it's the same thing that happens with kids in the book of Proverbs. And we see it here in Exodus 21:20. So the point here is that if he beats him on the back, as you see with all these other Proverbs passages, that the rod is for the back, generally speaking, that he should not die. That's the point. If it's just discipline, if it's just trying to get the servant or the slave or whatever you want to call him to do what he's supposed to do, that should not kill him, right? But if he does die, particularly if he dies immediately, then it's clear that there was more than just discipline involved here. But if he survives a day or two, as Philo says, it's giving the benefit of the doubt. Even Hoffner, talks about this in his article. I don't know if you read that article, but
how could you not love Dr. Josh? People that watch him, people that know him, I mean, you can just see that he is a genuine, good human being. But there's been this ongoing feud between Praise I Am That I Am and Dr. Josh Bowen. And I don't really want to call it a feud because it's really only one-sided. Dr. Josh has tried to help Praise. Praise gets triggered because, he's not Dr. Josh. And now, an Icky Taint wants to get involved. Before we get into today's video, I want to send that thank you to my patrons. You guys are the shit. Your support means everything. I do have new Patreon work coming. Exclusive Patreon work, a weekly vlog. I'm working out the kinks. I'm trying to make it entertaining. It will be coming soon. Thank you so much for your support. All right, so I've called out Praise several times and had several conversations with Praise about how he goes at Dr. Josh. Now, Praise has been triggered by Dr. Josh ever since the first time Praise went on Skylar Fiction's channel, tried to talk some slavery in the Bible, and Dr. Josh, being a scholar on the subject, schooled his ass. Now, Dr. Josh wasn't rude about it. Dr. Josh wasn't rage about it. Dr. Josh was Dr. Josh, and he was very considerate and kind and tried to give Praise, every benefit of the doubt. And he's tried to help Praise. But, Praise just can't take that help. Praise just can't take Dr. Josh. So Praise has to lash out at Dr. Josh, but not do it himself. Use an Icky Taint.
And I don't think Dr. Josh is a dumb man.
No.
But I think he knows, and if he's not a dumb man, then I think he knows how incredibly dishonest Skylar is. And yet he still continues the way he does with him.
Yeah, he endorses it, and that's my issue with him. I think, but Dr. Josh is such a nice fella, and he's so loving, and he's so freaking dang perfect.
Yeah,
well,
even a demon can appear as an angel of light, and
point.
those are the people to be most wary of.
All right, so much wrong there. Icky Taint tries to be an apologist. Icky Taint tries to be a scholar. Icky Taint fails. Icky Taint wishes he was nearly as intelligent as Dr. Josh. Icky Taint wishes he had the dedication that would have been required to just get 1 degree. Trust me, I'm there. I wish I did too. I wish I would have had that dedication to at least get 1 degree. But much less the dedication Dr. Josh had to get that PhD from Johns Hopkins. Much less the dedication Dr. Josh had to learn to read the ancient Hebrew or the ancient Greek. Icky Taint can only wish to be as smart as Dr. Josh, so Icky Taint has to demonize Dr. Josh as some kind of demon. Now, let's remember that Icky Taint gets upset with me when I put a literal interpretation to the holy book he jacks off to. But yet here he is, literally believing in demons and trying to demonize Dr. Josh Bowen, one of the nicest men I have ever met, a man that I am lucky to know, while trying to demonize that man as a demon.
You know, Dr. Josh and, like, say, Paulosia are probably a couple of the more moronically toxic individuals there is in the anti-apologetic sphere. They make horrible arguments. I mean, as much as we could give Dr. Josh credit for having engaged in a lot of philosophical pursuits, philosophically, logically, he's a complete and utter absolute liberal dumpster fire.
Now, having spent the last month or so getting to know Smokey Saint on a very intimate level, I will say that I understand why Smokey Saint has to speak out against Dr. Josh and Paulogia. Because Smokey Saint could only wish or dream to have the intelligence, charisma, or wits as either one of those two men. That Smokey Saint, being a wannabe Christian apologist as he is, must attack the two people most capable of destroying their apologetics. But I do have to ask you, Icky Taint, you icky taint, that do you really think that this man is a dumpster fire?
Josh?
So, I mean, I think that's probably an easy thing to do if you're looking at the Toshav that's appearing in 44 to 46, and then seeing the Toshav in 47 to say, okay, well, that must be referring to the slave.
Like that man is your far leftist communist dumpster fire, or whatever the fuck Icky Taint said. That man, the scholar Dr. Josh, the all-around polite Dr. Josh that will go out of his way to apologize you for even the slightest perceived dig, and not your perception, his own. That Dr. Josh is a walking dumpster fire. Really, Icky Taint. Well, I guess that means that my very existence means the whole world is on fire.
And, you know, I have the ability, I think, to try and separate the two and say, you know, if he will weaponize his years of scholastic study to apply them to the absolute outer edge of liberal scholarship in pretty much every instance in order to protect his bias, sir, you no longer have respect based upon your credentials. You're a low character garbage trash clown. And it's time we start calling attention to it, because what you're doing is trying to sell everyone on something that you're actually not. You're trying to subvert Christianity. You're an activist, and you're trying to pretend you're not.
Okay, so because Dr. Josh's years of scholarship, years of research, years of study brought him out of the worldview that enslaves Smokey Saint, Smokey Saint is going to deny all of that about Dr. Josh. How petty must you be? How can you not see the honesty in that? And how can you not see the honesty that's still there, as he is merely trying as pleasantly and clearly as he can help you, the Christian that believes in this, to understand what it actually says?
So I think Dr. Josh, Dr. Bosch, as I call him, is just one disgusting, foul human being who is basically just trying to put this mask, this glittery curtain before us to say, oh, look how kind and sweet I am. You shouldn't attack me, while he's trying to slip daggers, you know, into our backs from behind us, you know, with all of this garbage scholarship and ridiculous claims. I have no pity for us calling them out in some of even the more harsher ways possible, because they are true, genuine, toxic cancer. Like they should be called out with absolute fervor for the garbage they are.
And that's fine, Icky. Call out the garbage. Make yourself look the fool. Because when you go up against Dr. Josh, there is no comparison. You don't get to take away the years that he put in learning his craft. You don't get to take away his scholarship. You don't get to take away his dignity or the person that he actually is, because I understand that you are a shit human being, and I understand that you understand that. So it must drive you crazy when someone is the opposite of that. And that is my friend, Dr. Josh. So Icky Taint, go fuck yourself, my dude. You will never be Dr. Josh.